Hey, hey, good stuff, family. Welcome to the weekend. Coming to you from a fantastically gorgeous day in beautiful Chagrin Falls, a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, today. And as the case is often with these good stuff stories, someone will write in and say, "You have to do this story." And then often you make a call, it can't be done. I made a call on this story that you're about to hear. And this mama, as busy as she is, spend some time explaining to me and inspiring me. And I know she's going to inspire you as well, whether you're a parent or not, in how her exact words, took a huge crisis of faith and is working it for good for years. And so I'm going to bring in my new friend from Florida. Again, we only spoke on the phone, and I felt like I knew her heart and soul before I ever saw her. Now I saw her a few minutes here on the live, but I feel like we're friends, and that's the good stuff family and how it works. Hello, Natalie.
Hi.
Natalie Szolomayer is a mama extraordinaire. You have baby Lola now, right with you, right?
Yes.
Baby Lola,
Yeah.
and she's 3 weeks old.
Yes.
And then you have Eloise, who's 3. Alfie is 8.5.
Yes.
And the baby that has brought us together and encouraged so many people to do random acts of kindness is baby Eleanor Josephine, who would have been 7 on this Monday, September 11th.
Sunday, I think.
Oh,
Sunday, yeah.
was it Sunday? Okay.
Sunday. Yeah, the 11th is right. That's correct.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I need to change that on the thing then. So maybe they'll do it on both days. That'd be great. Sunday and Monday. Um, Yeah, so will you take, I know it's hard to talk about, but give us a window, if you would, into 2015, September 11th, 2015.
Yeah. So I was pregnant with my daughter, Eleanor. It was my second pregnancy. And my first pregnancy with my son, Alfie, was totally textbook, no complications, um, easy birth. So there was nothing to really make me worried with Eleanor's pregnancy, which also was textbook, also was easy, nothing concerning at any point. Um, I even went overdue a few days, and I remember when I woke up on September 11th, like that night, the night before. I remember she was kicking and everything, but when I woke up, after a while, I'm like, I haven't felt her move yet this morning. So I had a Doppler, like a little heartbeat Doppler, and I looked for heart, and I didn't hear it. But I mean, I also just heard nothing. It was a very unusual sound. So I did all the tricks to try to get her to move, call the doctor. They said go to the ER. And even then, like I knew I didn't want to know, but I knew. Yeah. And so then when we got to the hospital, and they put the monitor on you, um, that's when they said, I'm sorry, there's no heartbeat. Um, and yeah, I mean, that's when you find out. Like again, like I knew, but it wasn't until they said it that I could really accept it, and it was hard.
And they allowed you 8 hours with her.
And they would have allowed me more. I gave birth. They broke my water, which put me into labor. I have fast labors. My first was born in 6 hours, and she was born in 3. And so she was born just before 5 o'clock. I think it was at 4:58. Um, and we got to hold her as much as we wanted. We got to take pictures. We had an organization called Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep come in, and it's an organization that will come in and with a professional photographer to take pictures of your stillborn child, uh, and then they'll send them to you free of charge. So they came in, and then it was around 11 p.m. and I was ready to go home. I mean, I wasn't. I actually remember them saying, like, because in that day they make you decide, all right, cremation or burial. And I even remember thinking, why
No,
can't I just take her home? Like I didn't understand. Like it didn't make
not,
sense. To me. I
not,
can just still take her home, right? Like it didn't matter that she was dead. But obviously that was not the case. And so yeah, so we left at 11 p.m. But yeah, like I said, they would have given us as much time as needed.
and you have this picture that has become iconic now for followers on your Facebook page of baby Eleanor Josephine. And what you decided to do, the next birthday, By 2016, there was a hurricane. Everything was closed down, correct? In Florida?
It was 2017 when I started the Random Acts of Kindness.
Right, because you couldn't do it in 16 because of the hurricane. But
No, the hurricane was in 17. I had to move it back a day.
okay, got it.
But I
So
did something different before that. It was her second Christmas, which was in 2016. I
okay,
decided to give out 3 dresses and 3 toys all wrapped up. It was on Christmas Day. I worked at Disney at the time, and I wanted to give a dress and a toy to a little girl that looked like, or 3 little girls that looked about the size of my daughter. Um, and so I did that, and it took me all day to just like find the right family, because I found that it was actually kind of awkward to approach people with what I was trying to do. So it took me a while to actually find someone and get the courage. So I actually found this family on the back of one of the boats that I was driving, and by random chance, her name happened to be Eleanor. And so, like that moment, I was like, okay, that's pretty crazy. And actually, to this day, I'm still friends with that family. We visit each other all the time. And then the second family I was doing on the way out, um, I passed the family. They were going in, I was going out, and I was like, no, I need to give it to them. Something called me, and I ran back to them, gave it to the dad. Very brief explanation, and then just ran away because it's like, I don't know, this is so awkward. And about a year later, I actually heard back from the sister of the mom. Found me after a long search, and she wanted to know that, hey, we have the dress, we have it, but also our daughter's middle name is Eleanor. So that was also crazy. And it took me a while to find that one out, but I was like, how on earth are there 2 Eleanors? Or no, actually, it may have been her first name and she goes by her middle name. But again, it's an Eleanor. That was
right.
crazy. Um, so yeah, like it's moments like that I was like, okay, you know, this isn't a coincidence. This is too crazy for, it definitely felt like God or Eleanor or the 2 of them teamed up together and we're like, hey, we got you. You're okay.
I hear you, like, I believe that so much. Tell me what the card said that you put with the dress and the toy for each of these 3 kids.
That one I just wrote a little handwritten note on the package itself. This was so I hadn't yet like developed the cards. That came the next year when I did do the random acts of kindness. But yeah, I just wrote a little hand note just saying, please accept this in memory of my daughter on what would have been her second Christmas. And I put her name on there. So
Okay,
very brief. That way I was able to give the package to the dad and then hightail it out of there.
I love
For that.
that, though, and it took courage, that was courage, and then lo and behold, by her 2nd birthday, tell me, this is what we're talking about now.
Yes. Yeah, this was the random acts of kindness that I decided to do. I decided to um, ask like family and friends and just like put on Facebook, like, hey, I have an idea to celebrate Eleanor's second birthday. And it would involve like raising money from you guys. Like I would love to be able to do this with my own money, but we're not there yet. That is our goal, to one day be able to fund this with our own funds. But I was raising money, and we used that money to do random acts of kindness around town on her birthday. Well, that year it wasn't her birthday because that's when Hurricane Irma came, and so everything was shut down on the 11th. So we went out the 12th,
Okay,
and just me and my son that year. But that was kind of the start of it, and so I've made it an annual tradition ever since, because it's a lot of fun. It's very cathartic and healing,
yes, good word.
and it definitely makes it feel like Eleanor's life had a purpose. Like, I mean, we're not doing anything earth shattering, but like, I don't know, it's still putting a little bit of happiness and kindness into the world. And I mean, we could all use that. So, and it keeps
And
her
there
memory.
that is the snapshot of this whole thing, putting a little happiness and kindness into the world, and we could all use that. And
Yeah.
so these packages came in the form of, like, backpacks for the homeless, pregnancy
Mhm.
center things that new moms could use,
Yeah,
with an even
the
person.
pregnancy center is a new one for this year. So this is the first time I'm doing that.
Okay,
Um, but yeah, I've done homeless care packages every year. This is the one year I haven't done it because I just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and we moved this past weekend. And I usually get so much stuff mailed like every day leading up to it that I'm like, I'm gonna lose all of this stuff. I'm not gonna be able to keep track. And so like this year, I'm just not gonna be able to do it. I felt really bad, but that's why I decided to do the pregnancy center instead. Um, but yeah, so that's one of the things that we do. I also buy gift cards from gas stations, and I'll tape them to the pump and leave them there for like the next person to find. And so, and anything that I leave behind, not the homeless care packages that I don't mention my daughter, because it's not about, I that's kind of weird to be like, hey, I know you're homeless, but here's my
yes,
sad.
I get
So
it.
then I just give.
But
And
nonetheless, it's
um,
something
but
you
like
do.
the gift cards, I leave a card. Let's see, on it so that way people know because I always again I put the random act of kindness there and then I leave because I don't want it to be about me. It's I've
Mhm.
had some people see that it was me and come up to me and it's always like I appreciate it. I do, and I'm so glad that they're appreciative of it. But it's still like it's okay. I don't need the thanks. It's all right.
Yeah.
And I'm very tired anyways.
And
So
so this year, since you moved into a new house, you have 3-week-old baby Lola there.
yes.
You set up an Amazon wish list for the pregnancy center. So
Well,
I'm
they
gonna
it's their wish list. I didn't set it up myself. It's just they have
oh,
one
okay.
that's on their website.
Okay, and I'm gonna pull up your actual web page or your Facebook page for people. Actually, they could probably find you, Natalie Szolomayer, but
Yeah, I'm
um
the only one with that name.
okay. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so do I'm gonna this is there it is. There's yours. And then I think I put in the brand, I think I put it's kind of it took up a lot of space to be honest. So I don't know if it even translated over. But if you go to her page, so you have a way people could donate money to you, as
Mhm.
well as just order on Amazon and go straight to the pregnancy center. So if you
Yes.
guys wanted watching this to participate that way, but you know what I proposed is how about if here in Cleveland too, make it a little farther reaching, whatever is on your heart, maybe it's a pregnancy center, maybe it's a homeless center, maybe it's the neighbor, you know, and if they what would you like people to write if they're going to do a random act of kindness this Sunday, and I say Monday too. Just-
Sure, I didn't get to that time.
um, what would you what would you want them to write on that card so that there's this theme and this continual cycle of her memory?
Well, so on my Facebook, I do have this actual like a picture of this card. A
Mhm.
couple of years past, I've actually had people ask me if they could have a copy of the cards that way they can do random acts of kindness in their own. So like this has happened before where people have done it in their own towns, and I think it's great because we don't need kindness just here; we need it everywhere.
Right.
So, but the card itself does say in memory of Eleanor Josephine, please accept this random act of kindness today. Has the date and her 7th birthday. So you don't have to write anything more than that. If you want on the back, you certainly can. There's something that it implies it's your child, you know. So if you want to give it to someone in person, like you can explain, you know, who she is, how you heard about it. You don't have to, because again, it's more about the gesture and about keeping her memory alive.
Right.
I don't matter in all this. It's more for my daughter. So if anything, if you want to write hashtag Eleanor Josephine
Yep.
on the back, um, because that usually will lead them to the Facebook post that I've posted in years past. Because
Yep.
that's another thing. Since I'm not a registered charity, I know that some people might feel leery donating money to me. Oh goodness, excuse you. Um, and so what I do on the actual birthday is I have the total of funds that I've received, and I post all of the things that we do throughout the day, including receipts, which feels weird. Like I feel like I'm bragging, but it's all for accountability. I want people to know that like I'm not you know skimming off the top. All the money goes to this. So people, but that way people can watch in real time as we're doing the
And
random acts.
you set a goal of 2,000 and you're already aren't you already what,
So
1,300 did I see?
so the GoFundMe, sorry, the Give Butter, the actual fundraiser, um, that only has, gosh, I don't even remember, like $800 on it. I can't remember because a lot of people just choose to send me money through PayPal or Venmo, which is also in the link on my post. That
Okay.
way, there's no fees or whatnot. So, and I have a lot of money there. I think I have around 1,500. I haven't done the math in a
Yeah.
while, so I'll just see what the actual amount is. But
It's
oh no, it's
millions though.
around 14. Um, but like I said, I document everything. So yeah, the givebutter.com fundraiser doesn't have the full amount. I've got lots of money from other ways, just directly.
And again, if they don't wanna send it to you, we can start now. Seriously, I'm gonna do random I was just thinking of a couple things. Like you said, sometimes you're like, you don't want people to Bob
Right.
Goff is I'm a huge fan of his, and he talks about, like, how he walked across the street and brought his neighbor's trash cans in one time, and
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
sweet,
it
but
can be
his
big or
neighbor
small. It doesn't have to be monetary.
right,
It can whatever is going to make someone's day brighter or easier. Just again, big or small, no kindness too little.
Yeah. And even like Bob Goff said that the neighbor was probably like, "What is he doing with our trash?" Because it's so
Good.
random. And
Yeah.
then I was on a run not long after, and I brought the neighbor's trash cans in because of Bob, and I was thinking, "Now I know how he feels." But it's easy, it's so easy. So that's the challenge, if you would, Good Stuff family, a random act of kindness on Sunday to remember our Eleanor Josephine, and that baby, Lola, who you're holding, and Eloise. Tell us about the significance of the day they were born, the days they were born.
Really, it was just it was just Eloise, but it wasn't there. She was born was the day that I found out I was pregnant. Um, I found out I was pregnant with her on Eleanor's third birthday.
And then she obviously was only 3, 4 weeks away from being born on Eleanor's birthday, Lola, so
No,
close.
oh, yeah, Lola was born August 18th, and she was due around the 24th or so of August. So
Yeah,
I knew that she wouldn't make it to Eleanor's birthday because I would have been
okay.
severely overdue, and they didn't want me going that far anyways. But yeah, so she was born, or I mean, obviously she's pretty young. Yeah.
I want before I try to keep these to 20 minutes. I loved when we spoke, again, you said it was a huge crisis of faith, and you likened it to Job. Will you share?
Yeah, because God takes everything away, and I didn't have everything taken away. I still had my son, and I was always so grateful that I had him. But my marriage was falling apart too, and we actually separated right before Eleanor's second birthday, and we eventually did divorce. It definitely felt like I was losing everything. I mean, I worked part time at Disney. Like I didn't have money to provide for my own family. And so I was just like, I lost my daughter, I lost my husband, which I mean, anyways, I'm not gonna go there. But it was like I don't like I just didn't know what to do. Like I feel like because I felt like I had done everything right in my life up until that point. I followed the rules. I've always been a good kid. I'm like, why? Like you definitely ask like why you feel so forsaken. But
Right, forsaken
um
is the word you use, right. You said
yeah,
you wanna scream out to God, "Why are you doing this to me?" Like, we call them
right.
"Really, God? Really?" moments,
Yeah.
and it's real, where we're like, "What? Why?" I get
Yeah.
that.
Because there were definitely those moments where like again, like with the two Eleanors, I'm like, okay, this is something just telling me to, it's okay, hang in there. And eventually, like things did get better. I did feel like I was blessed 10 times over in the years since because I met my new husband who is just amazing. And I cannot speak highly enough of him. Like he is the bee's knees. I don't know. Like
These
words
need
fail me. I don't know how to describe it. I've definitely got a good one. And now we have two daughters. So he's not Eleanor's father. But now I've given him two daughters. Um so it just definitely feels like I don't want to say like because Eleanor died, I have these things. I say that because Eleanor lived, I have two other daughters and my husband Josh. Because I wouldn't if she hadn't lived. It would have been a very different life right now. And I don't think it would have been as good as the one I have now.
mm, mm, and yet her memory, the all these random acts of kindness. I want before we wrap this up, you mentioned the phrase, "They're gonna build a heaven." Tell me about that again, that it's a song, right? That you this is kind
Yeah.
of maybe anyone
Yeah.
listening to this could borrow this from you.
Yeah. So there's the song "Gonna Build a Mountain from a Little Hill," which I'm not a singer, so sorry. My husband is, and he works at Disney. I mean, that's a very common folk song. Everyone, I'm sure, has heard it. But he sings at Voices of Liberty, and one of the lines in another verse is "Gonna build a heaven from a little hell," and that spoke to me so much because I definitely felt like I went through hell,
Yeah.
but I was able to build a heaven from it. So I did get that tattooed on my arm. Well, you're not gonna be able to see it from this angle.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I have a picture of it on Facebook, but that's what it says. It says going to build a heaven from a little hell because that's totally what I feel like I've done with my life.
And it's repurposed lives. That's what we celebrate here. You repurpose, you reset. And that's why we're inspired by you. So I'm going to put these up here one more time. You see random acts of kindness for September 11th, but this is the hashtag can be hashtag random acts of kindness and Eleanor Josephine, hashtag Eleanor Josephine as well. And I would ask if you would share this, you all, as you're watching this, and comment on these of some things that you did. I would love to see those comments coming
Yeah,
in.
I would. That'd be really great.
Our friend Wally Bozikovich just commented, and he's a classic random acts of kindness dude all day long, every day. I mean, crazy. Look, do you see that? Was that ray of light here the whole time that's going across your
No,
face?
it just showed up. I think it's probably just because of the sun. No, it was not there the whole time.
I'm sure it is just the sun, but again,
But yeah, it's like a rainbow.
I mean,
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, it's like the last few minutes. It was right there.
and there it's gone now, is it?
Like, that was funny.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I believe in these things. So let's just, you know what, whatever y'all are up against, let's just take heart in the fact that we can reset, take the next best step, like my new friend Natalie did.
Oh, bless you.
Random acts of kindness while you're taking those steps. And together we can, together we will. That's what we say. And so just 1,000 thank yous, my friend. We're going to be friends.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for the way we also say God weaves. Now watch them work. So thank you for your time. And maybe I can see baby Lola. Mwah. Love you,
Bye.
baby. Oh, I love her so much. All right. Is there anything else you want to add, Natalie, at all?
No, I think that's the gist of it. Again, people, I mean, if you want to come to my Facebook page, I've made all of her past random acts of kindness posts public. So if you search for the hashtag Eleanor Josephine, I mean, you might see some other little girls in Eleanor Josephine. I'm sure she's not the only one, but hopefully you'll see some of my posts. And you're always welcome to ask questions or whatever if you have any.
I got distracted when we saw that ray of light, but Wally Bozikovich said she's some really, really good stuff. And that's coming from someone who practiced random acts of kindness. So
Oh, I appreciate that.
I second what Wally says. Big love from the CLE. And maybe we can follow up after the 11th.
Sure, that'd be great.
Okay. God bless you. Appreciate you more than you know. Bye now.
Thank you so much. Bye.